Hey After Effects buddies, let's take a look at how to make a pendulum. Okay, we've got these swinging, there they go. And I'm using shape layers and a light and a camera. Okay. So let's start with a new composition. I'm going to make it 10 seconds long. I'll go with my usual HD TV 1085 preset and hit OK. So first thing we need to do, let's build up the pendulum. So let's go and use the pen tool here. Okay, and I'm going to set a stroke of like about 10, and I'm just going to click, and if I hold down the shift key and click lower down, okay, I'll get a straight line. So holding down the shift key will keep it straight. If I just show you, if I kind of hold it over here, hold down shift, it still does it as a straight line. Okay, so what I need to do is I want the anchor point of this. If I zoom in, just scrolling, you can see the anchor point is here and in the center of the shape. And what I want is I want that to be at the top here. So I'm going to use the pan behind anchor point tool here. Y is the shortcut. Grab this, and at the moment snapping's turned off. But if I hold down the command, or on a PC the control key, I can snap it there to the edges, and I want it just at the top, so that's our rotation point. Okay, so I'll just fit, there we go. Now I also want on this layer, so I'll select the layer to add to it an ellipse. Okay, so I'm going to just draw that like so. So that's going to be, hold down shift as well to keep it circular. That's going to be our pendulum base. And now if I hit R on this, on the rotation, there we go, it's going to swing like a pendulum. Now I want this to be in the center horizontally, so I'm just going to hit the P key, and I'm just going to make that 960, which is half of 1920, and that'll get that right in the middle of the screen. Okay, and I'm just going to call this, I'm just going to call it pen 1. I'll just hit the return key, pendulum 1 there. Okay, so next I'm going to animate this to swing. I'm going to hit the R key for rotation, and I'm going to set the rotation to 90 and add a keyframe. I'm going to jump to 1 second, and I'm going to make that minus 90. So it's going to do this. Okay. And I'm going to take these 2 keyframes, and I'm going to go to keyframe assistant. Okay, and I'm going to ease them. So now we've got this. All right. Okay. I'll put it on half. Play a little faster. There we go. Now I want this to repeat. So I'm going to just alt click on the stopwatch by the word rotation. And in here, I'm going to start typing the word loop. Okay. And I've got various options that will pop up. I can use the down arrow to select loop out. Okay. And in these brackets, if I add speech marks, and I can again scroll down, I'm going to choose ping pong. So it's going to hit return on that and click out. So that's just going to do that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, so I'm going to duplicate this, Command D, and I'm going to hit R. Okay, and I'm going to hit actually double E to get the expression up. Okay, and then on here I'm going to remove the loop out expression. So what I'm now going to do is take the pick whip and pick whip the rotation of the second pendulum to the first. Okay, so basically they're both going at the same time. So I want this to be half a second later. So in here, I'm just going to add a little full stop to the end of this expression. Okay, that was created when I used the pick whip. And add, I'll just start typing the word value, at, and then it brings up a suggestion, value at time. So I'll hit return, that's what I want. And then time. So I'm going to specify that this is going to be half a second behind the first one. So time minus 0.5. Okay, so now, okay, it's half a second later. Now I want to create a number of these. So to do that easily, I'm going to change the reference in here. So at the moment it says this comp layer pen 1, and if I duplicate this layer, they'll both be linked to pendulum 1. Okay, but I actually want the next layer to be half a second behind this one. So I'm going to in here change this from pen 1, okay, to index plus, so plus, oops, 1. Now what that does is the index is here, 1, 2, etc. So that means that, okay, 1 is the index for this, plus 1 is the index for that. So if I make another layer, it's going to index the layer beneath it, because that will be 1 higher in terms of its numerical value. So if I hit duplicate, I've now got 3. And if I hit duplicate again, now I've got 4. And I can keep doing this. Let's say 5. Okay. So now we've got these going. Okay. But what I want to do now is spread them out in 3D space. So I'm just going to select them all and hit P and just deselect them. And I'm going to make them all 3D. Okay. I should have done this while I had them all selected, but no problem. Here we go. So the first one I'm leave, and the second one I'm going to make 300 on the Z position. So it's going to be 300 back, and then 600, so then 900, then 1,200, and then finally 1,500. So now we're getting somewhere. So now I'm going to use the pen tool and just draw a shape. I'll start here and hold down shift, move to here. There we go. And I'm going to hit the rotation tool, make this 3D. And I'm going to get the anchor point of this. Okay, I want the anchor point to be over here. Okay, so hold down command, I can snap that into place. Okay, I hit R. On the Y rotation, I can take that. I'm going to flip it around, minus 90. Okay, and I'm going to look at my left view there, and I'm going to take this and make this bigger, so it covers all 1, 2, 3. Move it along. Yep, so we've got all 5 there covered. So if I go to my front camera, active camera, we've got this line that runs across the top. I'm going to duplicate that. Hit R. Okay, I can use this tool as well, the Y tool, grab this duplicate and spin that around. So that's on its side. Okay, I can type it in here as well on the orientation, on Z, 90. And let's just, let's make these a little darker. So we'll take the stroke here and make it kind of grey. Okay, and then so we've now got this nice animation. Let's just get that in the window. I'm going to put a background layer here, solid. I'm going to make that 3D also. Drop it to the back. Okay, and I'm going to hit P on this, and let's push it, you know, let's make it 10,000, something like that. So it's really back in the distance. That's one extra zero than required. Okay, and we're going to scale this up. Scale, make it nice and big. Bigger than we need at first, because we'll do a camera. So let's just make it like, I don't know, something massive. 2000 scale. That should cover it. And let's go and let's put a light on this. So layer, new, light. Let's do a point light. Let's have cast shadows. Let's do shadow darkness, maybe. Let's do 30 and 30, for example, or the darkness and diffusion. And we can move that light into place. I'm going to put it above these. And over here, just on top. And then I'm going to take all these layers. I'm going to open them up and go to the material options, and where it says cast shadows, I'm going to turn that to on. Okay, so these are now casting a shadow on the wall behind. So then I'm going to take a camera, new camera. I'll go with a 50mm. I'll enable depth of field. Okay, I might take the aperture up, let's say something like 50, make it really kind of blurry as it goes into the background. Okay, and then let's add to this camera and layer, camera, create orbit null, and we can just hit R on this camera, this orbit null, add some Y rotation to this. Either way, let's do it this way. See, now the background needs to be even bigger because we're rotating around. So let's just go to the background and let's just hit S and scale that up to maybe 5000. That'll be great. Okay, so we've got that now. So this is now animating around, and we've got shadows and lights, and that is an easy way to create a pendulum with the value at time expression. Okay, and I can also, I like to take the point light and parent it to the camera so that as these move round, the shadow kind of stays in the background there, which is nice. Okay, so that's an easy way to make a pendulum. Thanks for watching, buddies.